すみません、ソータのマイクが切れており、いつもより音質悪いです。
皆さん、映画のソータです。
And I'm Reilly.
Right, John, it's been a while. I feel like it's been a while since we last talked.
Yeah, it has been a couple weeks, huh? A few weeks.
Yeah, because you had your solo episode, and I posted my book sample episode, so it's been a while. Andはい、以上です。That's it. はい。なんか久しぶりに話す感じがすごくするんですね、僕たち。なので、ちょっと僕たち二人で話してるエピソードお久しぶりかもしれませんよね。そのエピソードをお互いの載せてたのもあったので。ちなみに今日大阪はなんか雨が降ってまして、It's raining in Kagawa too?
It just stopped. I think it was raining at night
though.Okay. そう、もう梅雨が始まるのかなと思ってるんですけども、なんかあっという間に一年がね、季節が巡っていきますよね。この前新年だったはずなのに、もう桜だ、ゴールデンウィークだ、もう次梅雨か、みたいな、ちょっとこの変化にね、頑張って追いついていかなきゃなと思ってる今日この頃なんですが、はい、YouTube とかも頑張って復活するようにしておりまして、また、Wicked の Popular っていう曲を、ちょっとまたコスプレとともに歌ったりとか、あとは、そうですね、SNS いろいろ更新しておりますので、英語のソータで調べていただくと出てきます。あとはスピーキング本もね、もしご興味あればご活用いただけたらなと思います。Reilly を Reilly Sullivan XC で調べてください。Okay, so Reilly, are you ready?
Yep.
ソータと
Reilly の台本なし英会話レッスン Episode
314Alright, what is the topic for episode 314, Reilly?
It's wearing shoes in the house.
はい、今回のお題は、家の中で靴を履いてること、それをどう思うかっていうのをちょっと聞いてみたいなと思います。Do you know I'm a huge fan of Harry Potter?
I don't think I did know that, no.
Yeah, maybe I haven't talked about it, but I am. And when I was a kid, I was reading the series, the books. Then, of course, I watched the movies as well. Then recently, again, I was watching the Harry Potter series before I went to bed. Then, I came up with this topic because they are in their dormitory room. They were talking or they were doing something with their shoes on their bed. Then, yeah, of course, I have seen lots of scenes where people are wearing their shoes in their house in movies. But yeah, at the time, especially, I feel like, oh, that's so not clean. That's so dirty because everyone was running outside and then comes back to the dormitory. Then they jump on the bed. Then they were just talking. So my question is, how, what does it feel like to be sitting on, let's talk about this first.
Yeah.
On your bed or on their bed with your shoes on.
What does it feel like to sit on a bed with shoes on?
Bed. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, to be honest, to me, it also feels a little bit unclean or whatever. It feels a little bit dirty. Like, I don't sit on my bed with shoes on or...
Oh, really?
No. And honestly, I think most people don't. Most Americans, or in Harry Potter's case, British people. I feel like most people don't. I feel like it's common in movies to have people do stuff like that just because... I don't know, but it's like a little bit weird in Western culture, I guess, to like have your feet be visible. I don't know. Like in movies, it's kind of weird. I feel like I don't know exactly how to describe it, but there's something about wearing shoes is like more normal or acceptable or something compared to like not wearing shoes.
Because it's embarrassing to show their foot.
Yeah, maybe something like that. Embarrassing? I don't know. Um, yeah, there might be some reason like that. Or it might be like in a movie the what do you call that? Like the costume designer spent a lot of time making the outfit and so like wants to include the shoes in the scene even if they're sitting on the bed or something like that. It might be even just something like that, how they make movies and stuff. But yeah, I really feel like I mean, no one in my family would wear shoes on the bed. And I don't, like, my friends didn't. The only exception, it's kind of like Harry Potter, I guess. Maybe in college, if be, if you're like going over to a friend's dorm or something, maybe you would wear shoes and then like into their apartment you'd probably wear or into their dorm room you would probably wear shoes and then because dorm rooms don't have a lot of furniture if you have like 4 or 5 people in the same room some people probably have to sit on the bed so then maybe you could sit on the bed with your shoes on but even then you still probably wouldn't put your shoes like on the bed you wouldn't actually like sit with your feet on the bed with shoes on, if that makes sense. Like you might sit on the edge of the bed so that your feet are like going off to the side or whatever. But yeah, I feel like it would be disrespectful to wear shoes on someone else's bed, especially.
Then it's just the movie stuff.
I think mostly it's just the movies. Yeah.
そうなんだ。衝撃ですね、皆さん。もう今、全日本人が衝撃だと思うんですけれども。そう、ごめんなさい、さっきも there とか your とかもそこら辺めっちゃ混同しちゃったんですけど、そう、with なんとか shoes on で、まあ、ここに your とか there とか前とかつけてもらって、これで、靴を履いたままっていう意味ですね。他にも、with your mouth or my mouth full口じゃないわ。口の中いっぱいのままでとか、with はその状態のままでっていうような使い方をするので、don't talk with your shoes on あるいは don't talk with your mouth full とか、Yeah, you can talk with your shoes
Don't talk with your shoes on.
そう、靴を履いたまま喋るな、みたいな文章今作っちゃいましたけど、でも喋ったらダメですね。靴履きながらね。そう、で、それの口バージョン、口いっぱいのまま喋るなとかね。そういう例文って見たことあるんじゃないかなと思いますが、それと、あとは dorm、あるいは dormitory、で、寮、ハリーポッターで言うと、グリフィンドールの寮の部屋とかね、スリザリンの部屋みたいな、あれがドミトリーで表されてたりしますけれども、go to your dormitory とかだったかな、マクゴナガル先生が言ってたりしますけれども、その短縮形が dorm だったりしますね。そう、なのでまずは、ベッドの上で、靴履きっぱなしみたいな映画でめっちゃ見ると思うんですけど、で、僕家族とかと話すときも、あれすごいよな、みたいな、ベッドのまあみんな登ってみたいなのは今までも結構話した記憶があったので、映画でね、見たシーンとして、実際はあれはほぼ映画の中だけらしいです。で、ライリーもあれを見て、うわー、dirty あるいは unclean 清潔じゃない不潔っていう風に感じたり、あるいは周り家族でも靴のままベッドに上がるのを見たことないし、で、友達のところでね、そんなんやるのは disrespectful っていう、もうやっぱ失礼っていう意味で、周りでもそんな見たことがないかなっていうお話でした。で、まあ、衣装の関係とかっていうところもあるでしょうし、まあ、ただ大学の寮とかだったら、まあそういうのもあり得るかなとはまだ考えられるけど、ベッドにあのままっていうのは、まあなかなかないっていうことですね。Then, but you guys are always wearing shoes in your house?
I mean, not always, but yeah, I think it's definitely more acceptable to wear shoes in the house. Like, um, yeah, I don't know. Like, if I came home from school, I would usually take my shoes off as soon as I came in the door, or something like that. But like we had, like a little basket or something to put shoes in near the front door. But sometimes when my dad came home from work, he would keep his shoes on and then walk to the like living room and then sit on the couch and take his shoes off there. And that was like kind of okay, I guess. Like the only thing, like, sometimes my mom wouldn't like him doing that because most of the house was hardwood floor, but then the living room was carpet. So there was like a little bit more of a rule of like not wearing shoes on carpet.
Oh, then on the carpet, no one in your family, walked with their shoes on.
Yeah, usually no, but sometimes my dad would after work or something, but my mom would tell him not to.
Yeah, for me, I'll forget the carpet one, but on the floor, in your house, it's a kind of mixed area. Your dad or somebody walks with his shoes on, and then, it's a little not clean, but at the same time, in your case, you take your shoes off, then you walk on the floor. Then what does it feel like?
I don't really understand the question. What do you mean, what does it feel like?
Because for me, that's honestly dirty. Because someone walks with their shoes on around that area. Yeah, that's why in Japan, those areas are completely separated. So yeah, that's why I want to ask you, what does it feel like? You don't feel, oh, this is dirty, or if I did that, I would think, oh, I have to take off my socks somewhere because I feel like my socks are dirty now.
Right. I think generally no. Like if I mean, if the floor is dirty, then it feels dirty, but it's usually not. Like usually the floor is clean. And honestly, usually shoes are pretty clean. I mean, not like super clean, but like obviously if it was raining and your shoes are wet, or like you stepped in mud or something like that, then yeah, obviously you have to take your shoes off before you come in the house. But in most cases, like if you were just like driving a car, you like my dad who went to work, he probably didn't step on anything but like grass and asphalt. He didn't step on grass. So he probably stepped on like asphalt and like inside his workplace for the whole day. So like he didn't step on anything like that, right? So like his shoes aren't like dirty. I mean, there might be some dirt from outside, but like I don't know. Not a lot, I think.
Interesting, very interesting. Yeah, that's a big difference between Japan and America, or Western culture, perhaps. For us, once we go outside, those shoes are really dirty for us. So it's unbelievable. Yeah, it's unbelievable that we come back or walk on the floors in our houses with our shoes on. Yeah, so this is an interesting part. Then my question, let me ask you one more question. Can you then, you think that's not dirty, then can you jump on your bed with your socks on, like after walking that area?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I wouldn't think about it.
Okay, then if you're wearing your shoes on your bed, that's dirty.
Yeah, I would say so.
But about the socks, it's not.
Right. I mean, we just don't think about it that much. It's not that important.
なるほどね。 面白いですね。めっちゃここから面白くなりましたね。最初、映画だけだったんだってなると、ね、と思ったんですけど、やっぱり、ね、靴の中で家を歩くっていうところに関しては、そう、やっぱりね、現実でもあって、あ、こういう感覚なんだなっていうのが今面白かったんですけど、あとは、さっきは、ごめんなさい、訳すの一個忘れてたのが、なんか裸足になったり、あるいは靴を脱いで足を見せる、人前で見せるのがなんかちょっと恥ずかしいかもみたいなお話が最初あって、そう、ベッドでっていうのはさすがにちょっとやりすぎな感じはするんだけれども、やっぱ脱ぐと恥ずかしいっていう感じはすごいするって最初に言ってました。で、次、もうベッド一回忘れましょうってなって、家の中では靴履いてますよねっていう、あれがどういう感覚なのかっていうところで、今、まずはライリーの場合は家帰ってきたら靴脱ぐっていう、で、バスケットの中とかに入れてっていう、アメリカでもそういう感じあるんですね。Quick question. Is it
うん。
common, like you take off your shoes and then walking on the floor?
I
Uh,
think probably, yeah. Most of my friends' houses, that's how it worked. You'd take your shoes off and put them by the door or something like that.
ああ、そうなんや。なので、yeah, movies are not everything, right? I've never
Yeah.
seen, yeah, those scenes in movies. 映画はやっぱ作り物なんですね。そう、結構、ライリーもそうですし、ライリーの周りのお友達も靴脱いで家の中歩くっていうのは、結構日常ではあるみたいですね。ただ、やっぱり人によって、お父さんはそのまま入ってきてるとかって言ってましたよね。ただやっぱ神聖なエリアみたいなね、sacred area っていうのがあって、carpet っていうね。そこはもう、
うん。
絶対誰も土足のまま入ってはいけないみたいな。お父さんもそこで、まあ、たまに乗るけれども、なるべくそこでは脱ぎましょうっていうような感じだったっていう。で、僕が思ったクエスチョンが、我ら日本人で潔癖症な人はわかると思うんですけど、うーん、靴下で歩いてるところが誰か土足で歩いてるっていう、つまり土足で誰かが歩いたところを靴下で歩くっていうのが、ちょっとなんか、もうそれが苦手っていう人もいると思うんですよ。日本ってね、完全にもう玄関の靴履いてるところと家の中分かれてますからね。それがどういう気持ちなのって聞いてたらやっぱ面白かったですね。それに関しては別に何も思わないかなっていう。ってなったら僕のもう一つのクエスチョンが、ベッドに靴のまま乗るのはさっき汚いって言いましたよねっていう。でも、その靴で歩いてる人もいるところの、廊下とかを歩いてそのままベッドに乗るのはどうなのっていう。いや、それは別に全然何ともないっていう。あ、これが違いなんだっていうね。まあでも確かに靴のまま登るとね、なんかもう外のそれ全部乗せてるのに対して、ちょっとソックスだったらね、綺麗な感じしますもんね。Then, yeah, you wanted to say something while I was explaining?
Um, yeah, I think there's something to this kind of like dirtiness of outside or whatever that it's
うん。
almost like it's like almost religious or something. It's like a spiritual feeling that you have that like once
う
you go
ん。
outside with shoes on, they're dirty, whether or not they're actually dirty.
うん。
You know
Really?
what I
う
feel that
ん。
way about like the
う
kind of
ん。
Japanese attitude toward shoes because so
うん。
I work in like an English school kind of,
う
but
ん。う
it's
ん。
in a mall, right?
うん。
In a mall. And so we and the kids are supposed to take off their shoes when they come into the school, and then they're obviously you put your shoes back on when you go out into the mall. But
うん。
the mall is still inside, right? And
う
actually,
ん。
like probably, I don't mean to kind of badmouth my company, but they probably clean the floors more in the mall
う
than
ん。
we clean the floors at our company. You know what I mean? Like we
うん。
don't
うん。
because they have like the like a robot thing that goes around and cleans the floors and we just have vacuums, right?
うん。う
Their
ん。
floors might be cleaner actually than our floors, but because you wear shoes out there, that's considered like dirty.
うん。Because they get out of the mall and then they're walking on the street.
Right.
We have that kind of idea. Yeah. But yeah, you feel like it's kind of religious thing. Actually, it's not a religious thing. Like a cleanliness thing, or for me especially, like a germophobia thing.
Hmm.
Yeah. So, yeah, but I really understand. your idea to.
I'm not sorry. I'm not saying it's like actually religious, but more like there's this kind of like I don't know exactly how to put it, but it's like a setting that you can turn on and off, like the dirty setting and the clean setting, where like as soon as you leave this doorway, now you're outside, and now your shoes have the dirty setting, right? But it doesn't really matter if what you stepped on, like the floor, the ground that you stepped on, is actually dirty or not.
Then if it's on the bed or on the couch, it's another thing. So maybe you're talking about, the floors or ground things, and they're kind of same floors on the earth.
Um, yeah, I don't know. I guess so, but I think what's more important to me or to Americans in general is like if they are actually dirty, like if there's dirt on them or mud on them or something, right? Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Yes. いや、なるほどね。そう、だからここがやっぱ面白いですよ。その靴をそのまま履いて、外を出る。それがやっぱ、汚いという、dirty settings って言ってましたけど、汚いという、設定みたいな。もうそういう刷り込みがあるんじゃないかっていうライリーの提唱ですね。で、ライリーが例えば働いてる英会話スクールがモールの中にあるっていうね、言ったらデパートみたいなところ。で、やっぱモールって常に掃除がされてるので、綺麗じゃんっていう、外より綺麗じゃんっていう。なので、なんでそこから英会話スクールに入るときに靴を脱いで、で、またそのモールをただ歩くだけの時でも靴を履かないといけないのかっていう。いや、ここがやっぱりね、床とか汚さ綺麗さに対する、その靴脱ぐ脱がないの感覚の違いだなって言ってすごい面白いなと思って今聞いてました。そう、なので、宗教的なものと実際に言ってるわけではないけれども、なんかそういうセッティングスみたいなね、なんかなんていうのかな、プラクティスみたいなね、慣習みたいな、そういう感じが靴を脱ぐ履くっていうのは少しある感じがするっていう、なるほどなっていう。なので実際に本当にdirt とか mud、これを持っておいてもらいましょうかね。汚れとか、泥とか、そういうのがついてたらやっぱ汚いってなるけれども、普通にやっぱ道を歩いて帰ってくるっていうところに関してはそんな汚いっていう感覚はないっていう、いや、これがすごい今やっぱ面白いなと思いましたよね。そっか、なんか汚いものを踏んだら、いや、we step on something dirty, the shoes are really dirty っていう考えなんだなっていう、step on で踏むっていう意味ですね。じゃあ、so now you're living in Japan, and then in your house, maybe you have some steps,
Yeah,
in front of the door.
yeah.
So you feel like you have to take off your shoes?
Yeah, I mean, I do take off my shoes. Like I said, I mean, I did in the U.S. too.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
but, and Japanese people don't get mad at me, but like if I'm in a rush and I already put my shoes on, but I forgot something inside, sometimes I'll go into my house with my shoes on, like, and get something inside. Like it's not that big a deal to me.
なるほどね。僕、ライリーのお家で昔ね、収録もしてたので、台所じゃなくてごめんなさい。あそこなんだ、玄関玄関のそのイメージがついてるんですけど、結構段差があるんですよね。昔のそれこそ僕が住んでた僕のおばあちゃん家みたいな感じで、昔の土間っていうのかな、ステップスがあって、そう、結構高いんですけど、そう、あそこがやっぱあるから脱がなきゃっていう感覚があるんだろうなと思ったんですけど、そう、怒らないでねって、don't get mad at me って言ってましたね。たまになんか忘れ物した時、靴履いてる時はそのまま上がって取るよっていう、それくらい、一応脱いでるけれども、プラスアメリカでもライリーの場合はね、玄関で脱いでたので、でもなんかそんな神経質に絶対脱がなきゃとか汚いみたいなそういう感覚はないっていう。Then honestly, what does it feel like to, take off shoes in Japan in a lot of places? Yeah, you were talking about it, but especially in houses.
I mean, I think it's nice in houses. I think it's nice to take shoes off. It feels kind of comfortable or casual or something like that. To me, wearing shoes can be a little bit like formal, I feel like. And then, because like, yeah, I don't know. I guess it must happen sometimes that like people have like business meetings in like a kind of, washitsu or something like a Japanese style room, but where they don't have shoes on. Maybe. To me, that sounds crazy. Like businessmen talking with no shoes on sounds too casual. But anyway, for like my experience, I don't know. Sometimes it can be inconvenient, if you go to like a restaurant where you have to take your shoes off. It's a little bit, yeah, inconvenient, I guess. But yeah, I'm used to it. I don't think it's like bad or anything. I don't mind it.
なるほどね。そう、やっぱり日本の例えばミーティングとかで靴脱いでなんか商談しないといけないところとかを見ると、やっぱり、ミーティングなのに靴脱ぐんだっていう感覚があるっていう。なのでやっぱり、靴をやっぱ脱ぐっていうところにちょっと恥ずかしさとか、ゆるさっていうのが出てるんでしょうね。なので、なんかこう、履いたままっていうところがある意味マナーだったりっていう時もあるでしょうし、あとはやっぱり、なんでしょうね、こう、靴を脱いでみんなが歩いてるところを裸足で歩くとか、靴下で歩くっていうところに関しては、そんな抵抗はやっぱ日本人ほどはないっていうことなんだろうなっていうのが、今の会話からすごい感じられましたかね。But, actually, do you think there are some, houses where, people don't take off shoes at all, even on their bed in America?
It's funny. It sounds like they never take their shoes off.
Like,
yeah, there are probably houses where the rules are not so strict and you can wear your shoes on your bed or something like that. But I think, yeah, it still kind of matters if they're dirty or not. Like let's say a kid wears shoes on their bed, and then later the mom goes to clean the sheets and stuff. If that's dirty, then the mom would get angry at the kid for wearing shoes on the bed. But if it's not like noticeably dirty, then I guess there might be no problem.
Then cleaning stuff, do they wipe or do they just vacuum?
What? What do you mean?
Like, wipe the floor, like with the towel or something.
Mop, we would say. Mop.
Mop. Wipe is like a hand.
Oh, you're talking about that like that one Swiffer. I forget the Japanese name for it.
A quick wiper, Swiffer.
Yeah.
No. In Japan, we actually literally wipe the
like
floor.
Hands and knees, like elementary school style.
Yeah.
No, I mean I think people would just vacuum and mop. I mean maybe some people get on their hands and knees and wipe, but I think that sounds a little extreme.
なるほどね。So, wipe, mop, Swiffer やったな。ちょっと前に出てきましたけど、クイックルワイパーのやつね。そう、今、ワイプが通じなかったのが、もうこれも文化の違いだなと思ったんですけど、そう、これが最後のトークになると思いますが、日本ではね、雑巾掛けっていうのを in elementary school too, we used to do it. みんなで並んで、we made a line, then 3, 2, 1, then go. 服みたいなね。やっぱあるじゃないですか。なので僕はやっぱ家もそうですけど、床をこう水掛けするっていう感覚ってあったので、掃除ってどうするんだろうと思ったんですよね。外のもこう、やっぱね、床についてるってなった時に、手で拭くのかなと思ったらやっぱモップでっていう。そりゃそうですよね。なんかこう、あんな大きい家をもう手でやってられないですもんね。プラスなんか、モップの、モップで家をやるっていうのもやっぱアメリカンだなって僕は感じるんですけど、そう、掃除機するのか手で拭くのかなんだろうって聞いたら、いや、モップでやるかなっていうお話でした。なので、なんかこのね、トークから皆さんにいろいろ、この靴脱ぐ脱がない、あるいは綺麗と思うか、汚いと思うか、みたいな、この不潔と思うかみたいな、この感覚が伝わってると嬉しいなと思います。では今日のエピソードはい
かがでしたでしょうか？
いかがでしたでしょうか？ そう、ライリーのお家にね、行った時は、ちゃんと、ベッドの上とかでは靴脱いでくださいね。He's an American, so no problem. I can jump on his bed with my shoes on. Don't do that. っていうところを忘れずに。
also, my bed is a futon, so you can't really jump on it.
あ、そうか。布団でさ、can you imagine okay, then in America, someone puts a futon on the floor, then someone could, steps on it. Someone could step on it with their shoes on.
I don't think they could. I mean, I think no.
なるほどね。そこはやっぱりちゃんと they show their respect in that way ってことなんよね。
Sure.
そっか。いや、なんか本当、sorry Americans, movies affected me a lot. So, yeah, I feel like they're jumping or they're walking everywhere with their shoes on っていうイメージを持ちすぎてた。布団あっても、へーみたいな感じで、よーみたいな感じで靴のまま行くイメージが勝手にあったんですけど、ちゃんと脱ぐってことでした。布団がもし床にね、置かれてたらっていう。面白かったです。僕は英語のソータで調べていただくと、YouTube とか Twitter とかいろいろ出てきます。靴履いてるところもね、映ると思います。で、Reilly は Reilly さんの XT で調べていただけたらなと。Reilly ってさ、You like shoes, right?
I mean, yeah, I guess so.